relegated.
Yeah, any wins that they need before Christmas should have already happened because they're about to get smacked the next month and a half.
Who else did we talk about?
Wolves Newcastle 1-1.
That was a great game. Did y'all watch that one?
I think I watched part of it.
A little bit.
I think I saw Wolves.
I watched it in passing.
It might have been just great for me because I had 4 people playing, but I thought it was a great game.
The Moroccan Monster.
Yeah. He had a goal that was disallowed, didn't he? Yeah.
It was a really nice goal.
I did watch that disallowed goal and then Wolves' actual goal, and then I think I quit watching after that. I didn't see the free kick Murphy took, but it was a really good free kick. He just bent it around the wall low too, near post. It was a sneaky free kick.
It's nice. He has a brother there too. The commentator was saying that I think both of them came through. There's 2 Murphy brothers there.
Really?
At Newcastle, yeah.
That would be another pairing that they have. They've got the Longstaffs and the Murphys.
Oh yeah, true.
The Longstaffs bother me so much.
Dude.
Just the way, especially Matty Longstaff.
They bother United fans more than anyone. Both of them came out of nowhere in both games last year and scored in both games.
They both look like trailer trash, like shithousers. You know
yeah,
what
dude.
I mean? They're only meant to play Manchester United.
I saw this one tweet that was because Sean and Matty Longstaff were injured, so I saw this one guy tweet. He was like, I'm dying sleeping because I know that tomorrow I'm going to wake up and it's going to be the third Longstaff brother Charles coming in and scoring a goal against us in the 90th minute.
And here's Charlie Longstaff, the younger brother of Sean and Matty.
And then Arsenal-Leicester. I didn't really watch that. I know that Vardy came on and scored. And it was because of Under actually gave him the assist, so that was pretty interesting.
Did he really?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I kind of want Under.
I didn't watch that because I really don't.
I watched pieces of it. I didn't watch the goal in real time, but yeah, Under looks good. He hasn't started a game yet, but I mean,
he's what is he, 17? He's super young. I'm fairly certain.
Yeah, he's young, but I don't know if it's that young. But either way, I remember seeing a tweet from Leicester, and it was a little press conference from him. He's like, I feel fit and ready to start. I feel like he's just kind of giving a little hint. Giving a little hint at Brendan Rodgers, fucking play me, start me.
He's 23. My bad.
Yeah, he's still young.
James Madison did nothing for me, so I was like, okay, thanks, man. And then Harvey Barnes as well. I feel like the more I watch Harvey Barnes, the more I'm just you're literally just Dan James.
Yeah.
He's all he does is run. He doesn't have really any skill. The one thing that he has over Dan James is that he can actually shoulder feint and go the other way. That is the only difference. Watching that Chelsea game, now we'll get to that. Juan's a Chelsea fan, so that's why we invited him here, so we can talk to it. Yeah. We can talk about this game. When I first saw the United lineup, I was like, okay, this is kind of disappointing. But Solskjaer said that he was getting rewarding everyone for a great performance the week before, but it's you had a great performance against Newcastle. Newcastle and Chelsea are 2 completely different animals, and I don't understand if you're setting up your team a certain way. I don't think let me rephrase this. If you're setting up your team to play a certain way, you never start Dan James and Juan Mata on the same team. You're either trying to possess the ball and break down the defense, or you're trying to counter.
Right.
So putting the 2 of them on the field at the same time just does not make sense.
Your shape of the team is going to be diagonally
exactly.
sideways. Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
And Frank set up for the counter, which lineup I did not expect. No one expected whatsoever.
But watching that game, it didn't seem like either team wanted to win. It seemed more that neither team wanted to lose.
Oh yeah.
There was, I think,
mutual respect.
Oh yeah.
I really don't think.
You guys are too good.
The only thing that pops out, there's only 3 chances that pop out to me that were threatening, and that was Rashford on all 3 of them. Yeah. Other than that, did Chelsea have a shot on goal?
They had Timo Werner.
No. They had. I think Pulisic had one in the first half.
It was either Pulisic or Werner because that was the only shot on target.
Maybe it is Werner, but I know that Chelsea only had 1 on target, and I thought it was Pulisic, but everyone keeps saying Werner, but I don't remember the Werner shot. I remember Pulisic cuts in on the right, and then he hits it on the ground kind of slow, and De Gea just has to put his hands down, and it's right at him. But I felt like by the end of the game though, Chelsea were there to get the draw and they got it, whereas United were like, I understood.
Neither seemed disappointed with the result.
I think
both of their fan bases were.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think that Ollie was trying to get the win, but he first started the wrong team. Like you can't start Dan James and Juan Mata.
He has too much faith in shit players. Like he wants to believe in players that, not to sound corny, will not believe in themselves. Like Dan James still won't learn to cross a step over. You tell me he doesn't have time on his hands.
Dude, I watched him get the ball and he ran and took players on, which okay, I'm cool with. He would beat the first one, but he would keep going with it. There was 4 times where he just kept running and he ran straight into 3 Chelsea players. 3. Like he just ran right into them. He didn't he didn't know what else to do. And then there was another time where Rashford, like Dan James made a run and Rashford was cutting back in and James just stood in front of him. And then that's when I think that was when there was that like the penalty call for Rashford where he was just injured.
He was just like clipped.
VAR. Yeah.
He was just like clipped.
Right, but that's the sequence of play that I'm talking about where Dan James literally ran into his path that he was cutting back in on. It was so frustrating to watch him play. But the thing is, for Wales, whenever I watch him play for Wales, I'm like, who is this player? Like he is not the same guy who plays at United. Like I don't get it. Like Dan James is the perfect player if you want, and you're trying to like if City, because they're gonna have the ball the entire time whenever you play City, and the same thing is gonna be tomorrow when United play Leipzig. City, they're gonna have the ball and they're gonna try and press you. So Dan James is the perfect player to have because you can just kick it long and he can run like a puppy. But
Martial and Rashford and Greenwood all have their best seasons they've ever had under Ollie. And Ollie was a striker. I don't think it's a weird thing that Dan James plays his best under Ryan Giggs, who was the exact same winger that Dan James was.
It's a fair point. But Dan James right-footed, right?
Yeah, but it's still the pacey outside guy.
Yeah. But that's literally all he has. Like, and I've watched, like, someone tweeted like his like highlight reel from Swansea the year. And someone said the caption of it was, and he was unreal in it, right?
Yeah.
But the caption of it was, he sold us a lie. It's like, on it, you're like, who is this guy? And then you just watch him play against Chelsea running into 3 defenders, and it's like, dude, just fucking pass it or learn a step
Which is
over.
weird, because, like, I don't think it was this game, but other games, like, I've actually seen him, like, put a good cross in. But he just, like, won't do it a lot.
But he can only do it. He can only do it, like, put a decent cross in from the right. But he can't play on the right. He has to be on the left.
Do you remember when he came in last year, though, how, like, the first couple months, maybe the first 3 months he was there, it was almost a dependency in the team that he played because he was crossing to Rashford every single game from the right side. It was an assist every game from the right, and it was a goal every game from the left. Like, every single game, it was like clockwork. Yeah. And then it just slipped off. And I think some players play better underneath a dependency. Like, when you need, like, all right, so, like, Man City, the team as a whole needs De Bruyne to play. And so every game, he's out there, like, just pinging dimes the whole time. Like, some players thrive under that dependency.
Crosses in Salah.
Yeah. I think Dan James might have to, like, I think he has to have that kind of, like, dependency. Like, we need you to show out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he can just be in the mix.
And, like, I don't think Dan James is a bad player, but, like, he should not be starting this amount. Like, last year he definitely should not have started that amount of games for United. Like, the whole reason of him coming in was to be a sub. Because that's the player he was. But because United didn't have depth, he had to play. Especially when Martial got injured and then when Rashford got injured. And I think the thing that, not necessarily that he fucked up in doing, but a thing that, like, made the... what's the word I'm looking for? Like, the expectations of him even higher is that he comes on against Chelsea, scores. The next game he plays against Southampton, scores a banger, and then he scores against Crystal Palace, and then nothing for the rest of the year except like maybe 1 or 2 assists. But like that once he did that, the expectation, everyone was like, "Wow, that was a bargain of a deal," and now they're all like, "God, I can't believe we spent $50 million on him." And it's like, he obviously, based on those performances, has potential, but it seems like he went to a level and plateaued, and everyone else was kind of like, okay, so this is the player that he is, and he hasn't like tried to get past that ceiling of, I'm not just a guy who can run with the ball and put in a good cross once or twice.
Yeah, like he doesn't want to evolve his who he is as a player, kind of like his ability.
And I don't think it's not that he doesn't want to. I just don't know if he can
or knows how to.
Yeah.
Well,
and then Chelsea. I was when I saw your front three and
is Werner a striker?
He's a forward.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
He's a forward.
Fantastic answer. Okay.
Honestly though, when I saw the front three of Havertz, Pulisic, and Werner, I was very worried.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Wan-Bissaka could probably handle, or can handle Pulisic, but I was like, I'm so scared Luke Shaw is going to shit himself against Havertz.
Well, I was worried originally because I thought it was going to be the front three and Havertz was going to be on the right like he was against Brighton. And, I mean, obviously it was his first game and everything, and Havertz isn't ever really going to play on the right, hardly ever again, but that's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
And, like, having Jorginho and Conte alone in the midfield also sort of scares me. Like, yeah, Conte's there, but, like, behind him there's just Jorginho. So I think they did set up sort of like with Pulisic and Werner.
Yeah, you guys set up how United set up against every other big team. You set up with the three center backs in. I think it was Thiago Silva, Zuma, and Azpilicueta. Yeah. And then you had Chilwell as the left wing back and Reece James as the right wing back. And Reece James, when I was looking at him against Rashford couldn't do anything against him. Like. If Rashford had the ball in open space and he was running at Reece James, I think he could have beat him. But every time Rashford got the ball, his back was to goal, and Reece James was right on him and like so much stronger. Rashford, like so much stronger. It wasn't even funny. But
Rashford's bodied Van Dijk down.
That's true. But like having a dude the whole game on you, just nibbling at your heels, pushing you in the back, like that's annoying. First off, and then. The entire time the only time Rashford got the ball was when he would run away from Reece James. If Reece James was within 5 feet of him, Rashford had him on his back immediately and like couldn't do anything with it. So I thought Reece James had a great game. I think Chilwell, he
did fine. He didn't play bad.
Yeah, it's like you know the way when your defenders like they you can't really say they did anything bad, but you can't say they do anything good. Like it was just like an average game. I feel like that was the way with Chilwell, and I think that's I feel like the same way with Shaw. Shaw didn't do anything terrible, but he did nothing great. And then there was there was twice actually near the end of the game. Rashford is on the left side, and then Bruno's on the exact same side. Shaw is standing like 10 yards backwards, and both times they're pointing at him to make an overlapping run, and both of them did that, and Shaw just standing there like, no, man.
Not his job. It's not his job.
Oh, screw off.
It's not his job.
To make an overlapping run on the left side as a wingback?
I thought we wanted him to stay back last week. I thought we wanted him to play more defensive, and now we want him to make overlapping runs.
I want him to be an overall fullback. I don't want him to just be, I can only do this. He's literally... Like I just said, Benjamin Mendy. If you tell him defend, okay, I can defend, but I can't attack.
But whenever he gets done walking on water, then he can play attacking fullback for Manchester United.
But he's so bad.
Dude? Every attacking motion he has in preseason and after
jogging?
last year, was good. He had great crosses in preseason. He had great crosses the first game of the year, and he's being left out to dry again and again. And again, by the back line and by people like you, Brian.
The back line.
By people like
Get
you.
out. He is... Oh, I'm not even getting into this, man.
It's no wonder he doesn't want to play for this team.
I hope he doesn't. I would much rather him leave. I really would.
Me too.
I hope he leaves.
Me too. He deserves better than this shit club, dude.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Luke Shaw.
I hear Real Madrid has an opening.
Yeah, Luke Shaw. Go to Real Madrid, please. You'll love it there. Ask Gareth Bale.
Better than Gareth, though. We're looking for a right mid. We have one. His name is Luke Shaw.
Seriously, imagine if Luke Shaw had the same career trajectory as Gareth Bale, except instead of going to Spurs, he went to United.
We have a right mid. His name is Luke Shaw.
Dude, no way.
Sancho who? I want to hear that mess, dude. Take that junk somewhere else, slandering